Hey everyone, week one is almost done. It is Saturday. Week one wraps up this Sunday. I just want to say great start. All the progress reports I've seen so far, I would say 95% of the clients have had an amazing start. All of you should be proud of the fact that you're starting this journey. For most people, the first step is always the hardest, and week one for everyone is always the hardest in our program, and you're almost through week one. So be proud of that. Next week, low carb week. So a lot of people have asked, "Hey, what's next week?" Make sure you're reading through the game plan. So weeks one and two game plans are out. I made a video on weeks one and two game plan. I will be sending out next Wednesday the game plans for weeks three and four. I don't send them out too far ahead of time. I know a lot of people are planners so for them that kind of bugs them a little bit. The reason I don't send out the progress reports every single week, the game plan every single week, is because I don't want you looking too far ahead. Sometimes when we start looking too far ahead, it distracts us from taking care of what we need to take care of today to be successful. So we don't want that. We want you thinking about today, be present in the moment. Don't necessarily worry about too far ahead. We do want you planning ahead. That is part of the program, and that's definitely one of the habits that we want you creating is planning ahead. But don't look too far ahead. That prevents you from controlling the things that you need to control today. So again, just to emphasize, next week you are going to follow the low carb macros. Make sure you read the game plan. Carb meals should come after your workout. So on workout days, your carb meal, most of you have one carb meal, is going to come immediately after the workout. You want to get that within 30 to 90 minutes after your workout. The sooner, the better. The better your body's going to be able to utilize the carbohydrates after your workout. The goal is to keep that meal as low fat as humanly possible. So on your macros that we give you, it says zero direct fat. If you have a little bit, it's not a huge deal, but we want to minimize the fats with the carbs. So try to eliminate that as much as possible. Non-workout days. On non-workout days, you're either going to have your carb meal first thing in the morning, or you're going to have it in the evening for dinner. Most people enjoy having carbs later in the evening, so dinner would probably be a better decision. Sometimes when we introduce carbs first thing in the morning, then we crave them the rest of the day, and then you can't have them anymore, so that's all you think about. So you know your body. Do what works best for you. But what we want is either early AM or PM that maximizes the window without carbs, keeping insulin low, keeping fat burning high, which is ultimately what we want. We want to be burning as much fat as humanly possible. Next, I get a lot of questions about cheat meals. The biggest thing a lot of people are concerned about, what should they eat? Should I have a cheat meal? Is it gonna take me off track? And the answer is, with your cheat meals, first of all, enjoy yourself. It's more of a mental break than anything. When you diet for a week, your need for a cheat meal is really low. As you diet more, the need for cheat meals and refeeds and different things like that are going to be much higher to keep your metabolism up. No one's metabolism is going to be suppressed in a week. So with that, it's more of a mental thing where it's just, one meal that you can take a break, look forward to, go out with your family, not have to worry about counting macros, all that stuff. And what you want to focus on is eating carbohydrates. Again, you can have what you want, enjoy yourself, but the focus should be eating more carbohydrates. So if you like pizza, pizza. If you want pasta, you can have pasta. We want to minimize the protein and the fats. On our plan, you're getting plenty of protein and fats, and typically the one thing that you miss is going to be the carbohydrates. So eat the things that you're going to miss throughout the week. But really, you can't screw it up. The one thing though is just don't overdo it. It's not your last meal. It's not the last supper. Eat until you're satisfied, but don't stuff yourself. You will regret it. You will not feel good the next day, or you'll even not feel good after eating it. So eat until satisfied. Don't stuff yourself. It's not your last meal. Challenger workout in all three of our locations, Grand Haven, Forest Hills, and Holland. We do have a 4 p.m. Challenger workout. If you're unable to make the Challenger workout, then you're going to want to do a travel workout or deplete workout that's in the files section on Facebook. The goal with that is to do a really intense, challenging workout within 60 to 90 minutes of your cheat meal. It's going to help offset your cheat meal and make your body better utilize the food that you're going to take in and store it the way we want to store it, not as fat, but as glycogen. Week 2 expectations. So week 2 on our plan is actually, most people don't like hearing this, is actually the lowest weight loss of the entire plan typically. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I go through it in detail in your game plans. And make sure you're reading the game plans. I explain why for everything. Some people don't like to geek out on that, but I want you knowing why you're doing what you're doing, why your body's responding the way it is. So with that, lowest weight loss of the week, we have clients that may lose 1 or 2 pounds. We have clients that may not lose weight at all. And in rare occasions, we even have clients that may even gain 1 or 2 pounds. Now, again, that is weight. It is not fat. And the reason for this is we reintroduce carbohydrates into your diet with your cheat meal and then obviously with the carbs during the week. When we reintroduce carbohydrates, what happens actually week 1 and part of why a lot of people see a dramatic weight loss is because when you reduce carbohydrates out of your diet, you're going to deplete glycogen levels. And for every gram of glycogen, you're going to hold 3 to 4 grams of water. So the glycogen binds to water. So when we deplete glycogen, you're also depleting your water stores. And that's what leads to a large weight loss during week 1. Now the inverse happens. So now we reintroduce carbohydrates into our diet. Now you're going to be storing more glycogen, which again has nothing to do with fat, but you will see a change on the scale because of it. So now that you're eating more carbohydrates, you're storing glycogen, you will be storing more water weight. The other thing that works against you in week 2 is since you did lose weight, your body actually wants to retain more water in week 2. This is perfectly normal. We see it all the time, but you will see that your inches still go down. You might see, a smaller weight loss in week 2. You will see a smaller weight loss in week 2. You may even not even lose weight in week 2, which is perfectly normal. Don't freak out. But you'll see your inches go down. And for a lot of people, they don't understand the science behind that. But just know you're still losing fat. It is a fat loss program. We've had hundreds and hundreds of clients go through the program and lose thousands and thousands of pounds. It happens every single week. Don't let week 2, whether you lose a couple pounds or you don't lose at all, discourage you. You are still losing fat. Again, you are still losing fat. And I'll remind you that next week in your progress reports that you are still losing fat, even though the scale doesn't necessarily reflect that. And we'll talk about the scale in a few minutes. So that's kind of week 2 expectations. Make sure you're following your low carb macros. Your cheat meal is Sunday night, so make sure you get right back on the plan Monday morning. Don't let your cheat meal linger into Monday, and then you have a bad week. So make sure you get all your food prep done tomorrow before your cheat meal. Probably because after your cheat meal, you're probably not going to feel like prepping your food. So really try to get that done before you have your cheat meal. Now, again, it is a fat loss program. It is not a weight loss program. Do clients lose tons of weight? Absolutely. But what we need to focus on is fat loss. So with that, really make sure you're taking pictures. We recommend taking pictures before you start, midway, and then at the end. You see yourselves every single day, so it's really hard to see the progress in the mirror when you're looking at yourself. So the pictures really help with that. And at the end of the day, what matters is what you look like. It doesn't matter what the scale says. If you're losing inches, you're losing body fat, your clothes are fitting better, but the scale's not going down, who cares? But if the scale's not going down, you don't allow yourself to feel like you're being successful. So get over the scale mindset and allowing that to control your success on our plan. Now, with the program, we've had a lot of clients go through, and everybody wants instant gratification with weight loss. I get it. I want the scale to go down too when I'm actively trying to lose weight. But if we're only focusing on the scale, it doesn't allow us to see the true progress that we're making. And if you're allowing the scale to dictate your happiness and your success, you're going to be very, very frustrated. And a lot of people quit and give up with their journey because the scale isn't going in the direction that they want it to. A scale, a $20 scale from Walmart or Meijer, should not have that much power on us. Um, I want to share a story with you. Jamie Burton, she's lost the most amount of weight out of any individual in our program. She's never lost more than 3 pounds on our program, and she's lost over 170 pounds. So it's very consistent and persistent weight loss, 1 to 3 pounds, just week by week, week by week, chipping away. 170 pounds later, she's where she wants. If a client walks into my doors and says, I want to lose 100 pounds in a year, I say, great, you need to lose 2 pounds a week for the next year. Now, 100 pounds in a year sounds amazing, sounds awesome. As soon as I give you the math of what it takes to do that, it doesn't sound as, as sexy as I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a year. But truly, most of you, if you just lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, and sometimes it's going to be a little bit less than that, you're going to get to your goals. You're just going to chip away, chip away. You're not going to have 5, 10, 12-pound weight loss weeks every single week. That's physiologically not possible. And the other thing I'm going to challenge every single one of you is don't compare your results to other people. Everything is relative. So if a 300-pound person loses 2 pounds, it's the same thing, relatively speaking, as a 150-pound person losing 1 pound. But too often, some people will post, oh, I lost 5 pounds this week, or I lost 3 pounds this week, and maybe you lost 1 pound. And instead of celebrating the 1 pound that you lost, you feel disappointed and discouraged because somebody else perceivably did better than you. This journey is about you. It's not about other people. Don't compare yourself to other people. And as the journey goes on, you're going to lose less weight per week after the 6 weeks or however long it may be. You're going to lose less weight. You're going to lose less inches. But relatively, typically, we see the same amount of weight loss in inches lost. As you have less to lose, you're going to lose less each week. But relatively, if you compare it to the beginning to now, it's relatively the same, but perceptually you feel like it's so much less and you're making so much less progress. But truly, it's actually the same. So we just got to look at it in the right context. So with this, make sure that you're taking pictures. You're seeing how your clothing's fitting. I'm going to give you a jean challenge in just a second. Don't just use the scale. Make sure you're really tracking the inches, doing that correctly, the same way every single week, so you're getting accurate measurements, and just focus on being consistent with those things. The next thing, I always challenge every single challenge. I give a jean challenge. What I want every single one of you to do is go to the store, or maybe it's even, I call it shopping in your closet. Maybe you have some jeans that you used to fit into that you want to fit into again. Or go to the store and pick a pair of jeans you want to fit into at the end of the challenge. With that, I want you to hang it up, whether it's on your door or in the bathroom or in the closet, so that you have to see it every single day as a reminder of what you're trying to accomplish over the 6 weeks. It's a non-scale victory. So there's going to be weeks that, maybe the scale didn't go down, but you try your jeans on and they fit better. And ultimately, that's what you want. I've had a lot of clients where you ask them, what's your goal? And typically they say a weight, and I'll say, what size pair of jeans do you want to fit into? And if it's, say, a size 2, a size 4, a size 10, a size whatever that you want to fit into, it doesn't matter what the weight is to get into that size. We've had clients that, a long time ago, they were, say, let's just use hypothetical numbers. They were a size 4 at 130 pounds. And now they're a size 4 at 145 pounds. Who cares what the scale says? At the end of the day, they got into the goal jeans. They looked the way they want to They looked the way they want to look, and it had nothing to do with the scale. If they only allowed the scale to determine their success, they could have hit their goal and never felt satisfied or fulfilled because they never hit their goal weight. It's not about weight. It's about fat loss and how you feel, and ultimately getting to where you're happy with what you see in the mirror and you feel self-confident every single day. And that's nothing to do with weight. So this weekend, I'm giving you all permission to go buy a new pair of jeans that you want to fit into at the end of the challenge. Every single week, try them on, and you're going to see that every single week, if you're following the plan, they're going to get looser and looser and looser until you're able to fit into it. And we've had clients that week 4 they fit in their gold jeans and they got to go shopping again, which is a great feeling. So do that. Some non-scale victories throughout the challenge, and other non-scale victories is for a lot of you, you haven't worked out in a long time. I want you to remember how you felt your first week, and then week 2, how much stronger you're feeling. Week 3, how much stronger you're feeling. How you can do things that you couldn't do in week 1, and then so on and so on. And at the end of the 6 weeks, you're going to be amazed, truly amazed at what you can do at the end of the challenge that you couldn't do at the beginning. It's absolutely amazing. And as a trainer, one of my favorite things to see is just how far you come physically in the workouts, the things that you struggled with, the limitations you had when you came in with are no longer present at the end of the 6 weeks. And then it just keeps getting better and better as you continue on with our program. In a year from now, it's just absolutely amazing, and truly one of the things I love the most about our job is seeing how far you come physically and mentally, and that's something that we work on with our progress reports. So those are the things that I really wanted to cover in this video. In week 1, clear up some of the confusion that we have. The last thing that I want to do is just give you a message, and this is going to carry on through the 6 weeks, after the 6 weeks, and into the rest of your life. And the message, one of the coolest things that I ever received is basically control what you can control. Too often in life, people focus so much on the things that they can't control. They focus on what's next week, what's next month, what's coming up in their schedule, or whatever it may be, and whatever obstacles that they have in their life. And it prevents them from controlling the things that they can control. With nutrition and losing weight, you're ultimately in control of the food that you put in your mouth. You're ultimately in control of whether or not you made it to your workouts. Too often, people put so much effort and so much focus into the things that they can't control, which then doesn't allow them to control the things that you can control. And if you control the things that you can control, you're going to be successful. So hopefully that message helps you. It's really made a tremendous impact in my life, and truly decreases so much anxiety about the future and about things I can't control. Don't focus on those things. Just focus on today, be present in the moment, and control what you can control. That's it for now. Be great. Have a great weekend.